I thought I did it. Thank you, Ted.
I thought it was because I'm in Okinawa and the satellites are sometimes a little bit messed up. But no.
Yeah, no, thanks for the reminder about recording. I forgot to do that at the beginning. That was a Zoom ghost, maybe, putting us on a whiteboard. So great questions. Anything else on action group and fellowship that you want to raise? Okay. Then next initiative that I wanted to speak with all of you is thinking about some weeks of service for us to focus on in the coming year. And my proposal to all of you is that the last 2 weeks of September and the last 2 weeks of April, that we try to focus and do some projects in all of our clubs in September to do something focused on education, and in April to do something focused on the environment. And hopefully this is not a big stretch because many of our clubs do education projects in the fall anyway, and environment projects in the spring also. I highlight those two areas. Well, you may remember a few years ago when Shekhar Mehta was our international president, he had what he called Rotary Days of Service. We did 4 different days that year. So instead of doing 4, I'm proposing we focus on 2. And if we can try to get as many of our clubs as possible to do projects in that same time frame and that same focus area, one, that's a good way for us to collaborate. So it may be that you want to get together with another club in your area and do something together to have a bigger impact than if you just work alone. And also, if all of us all around the district are doing projects at the same time in the same focus area, that gives us an opportunity to also increase our visibility. So on our individual islands, we'll be out and be visible to people as Rotarians at work. But also our public image team can be mobilized to help us tell our people of action stories more broadly in social media, in traditional media. It's much easier to get coverage if we make a big impact, a big splash, lots of people involved. So if I can ask you to put that on your agenda for your clubs to have a conversation, see if you could organize a project in that time frame. Hopefully you already have some things in process for the September, and then again in April. So that's the theory. The reason that I am asking us to focus on education and environment is I think those are a couple of topic areas that are of broad general interest to families in all of our areas. So people with families and children are certainly interested in education, and many of them are also interested in environmental conservation. So that's also a way to invite non-Rotarians to come and work with us on these projects. And then maybe if they come work with us, see what we do, hear more about Rotary, they'll want to actually become a member of one of our clubs. And if not, at least we've formed a partnership that maybe they want to do some projects with us over time if they're not ready to become members right away. So it's a way to expand our reach in our communities. You're going to get tired of hearing me talk about impact, reach, engage, and adapt, but it's a way to expand our reach, and it's also a way to increase our impact if we can do some collaboration and some focus in those areas in the same time frame. Any questions or comments about that? So as we move forward, if you can have those conversations in your clubs, and then let's touch base with each other about what you have been able to plan and whether there's opportunities to collaborate. Have those conversations in your areas with your assistant governor, and then we'll also elevate those plans to our public image team so that they can be ready to help us get the word out. Okay, if no other questions on that at the moment, let's move on, keep moving on our agenda. Want to remind everybody that in our Rotary calendar, August is membership month. Hopefully you saw I did share in our WhatsApp group not too long ago the different themes for each month in Rotary, and August is membership. We do have work to do on our membership over the coming year, and sharing our stories and getting other people to understand what it is we do in Rotary and why we do it, so that hopefully they want to actually be part of us. So for August membership month, if you haven't already, be thinking about what you want to do in your club to talk about and promote membership. It might be a good opportunity in August, if you have not done so already, to share with all of your club members what is your club membership goal for the coming year or for the current year, and what are the action plans that you have in place, and make sure that everybody's on board with that membership goal and those action plans, and knows who's doing what, when, where, why, and how. Anybody already have something planned for August around membership that you'd be willing to share?
We do. I've asked each member to, between now and then, which is our next meeting, which is when I get back from Okinawa, to ask 2 people to join the club. And then I am going to ask them at that meeting, what are the names of the 2 people that you asked? So I'm asking for some accountability.
Uh-huh. Okay, so each one asks 2. That's a great program. Any other plans? Anybody else yet?
Ted?
I see Kara's hand up next. If I can take Kara next, then I'll come back to you. Kara?
Oh, well, I am turning into applications next week or this week at the board meeting. One of them is a friend of mine that has been volunteering for the last 6 months, and my daughter who has been volunteering for the last year. But for our membership drive, we're going to kind of look inward. So I'm asking, we're going to do a flyer, and we're going to ask each member to invite friends and family only to our meetings and events. We'll try the inward first before. Everyone's been telling me, oh, I've been inviting my coworker and all that. So this year, let's try something different, more intimate, people that you know very well. Just invite them to do our food distribution, our Save the Reef, come to a meeting. So we're looking inward this year.
Okay. And I see Chelsea next.
Okay, so what we are doing is actually our membership committee is working on, we've created a survey type situation where we're sending it out to the club members, and it's who do you go to the doctor? Is this person maybe a Rotarian? Who do you know in the food industry? Is this person maybe a Rotarian? You know, do you have an aunt? Do you have an uncle? It's kind of meant to, it's like your family tree, but it's your sphere of influence. So it's about, you know, writing down the names of people in all aspects of your life that you would think that either portray Rotarian values in the community or would be good assets to the club. And then we're going to be doing a membership drive and reaching out to those people, inviting them to meetings.
Mhm. Tina, I see your hand.
Okay, let me see if I can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I've just kind of put the word out on my own, and I've encouraged all our members to put the word out. And so up to this point, we've added 3 new members as of today. And next meeting, we'll add 2 more members. So we have like 5 members that will be
Wow.
up. So I can't believe it, but yeah, just by putting the word out to people who, in our club and who we know.
Very good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Anybody else, things that you're working on or thinking about?
Marianne?
Marianne.
Did.
Yes.
Well, Tina 4-upped me. I inducted a new member at my first meeting last week. And I had Connie Ichinose, the district membership chair, come over from Hilo to do the induction. I thought it was important for somebody at the district, since you were not available, Ted.
Right. Yeah.
So I invited Connie to come.
Well, that's wonderful. Congratulations to you as well.
Marianne, do you want to share what the membership committee is gonna do for membership drive?
Oh, yes. We're not having an event in August, but we are planning a membership recruitment / social, which is going to be a mixology event. So we're going to have booze and whatever to entice new members. And we're having that, we're holding that at the end of September.
Wonderful. I was looking around if I saw, I don't see James from Eva Beach. But this is last year, but the Eva Beach Club did a speed networking night that they arranged for City Councilor Augie T to be a special guest speaker, I guess, to kick off the evening. And then they printed up some flyers and they went out in the community to local businesses and handed out flyers and invited local business people to come for this speed networking. They engaged me to run some paid social media advertising for them. That brought in some additional people for the evening. And they did it like speed dating, but it was business networking. And they got, I believe, 4 new members right away after that event. And I believe they got 1 or 2 a little later, not immediately, but they had come to that event. So I thought that was kind of an innovative way to engage the community and invite some non-Rotarians to come. It had value to them, one for the kind of well-known guest speaker, but also value in just networking with other business people in the area. And then they learned something about Rotary in the process. And some of them learned enough that they were ready to become members after that.
Ted, I just wanted to.
Yeah.
So one of the things that we've done is really change the focus from member to customer, because customer has a lot more serious ring to it. And we want to make sure that every customer has a voice. So we did have a survey, and one of the questions was, what sort of demographic should we look at for having new customers? And there were 2 areas. One is under 40, and then the second is more women in the club. And one of the questions was, would you like to participate in a task force for customer acquisition? But 80% said they'd like to, which is encouraging. So we've now initiated task forces. The one related membership is called customer acquisition and retention, because retention is a lot cheaper than acquisition. And the campaign we're running is called 1 for 1, which is every member should bring one new prospect. So if you have a, even a 25% success rate, that's going to yield results. And whoever brought in a member, make sure that he or she is happy so that they continue to be members. So now our task force meets every week, weekly, with clear actions and targets. So we set our goals. And what we also done is put on a contingency of plus 20%. So we try and aim a little higher and trying to achieve that. So let's see how it turns out.
Yeah, great. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else have something going on or something that you're thinking about?
We're doing the Rotary Club of North Hawaii. Our area, we have a wide area that we kind of cover.
Uh-huh.
We're going to start a monthly social in Waikoloa Village now, and try to, get new members from kind of a new area. Either one as actual members or just supporting Rotary, perhaps a future satellite club or something like that, maybe get it going. So, but that'll be monthly starting in August.
Super. Yeah, so reaching out to a group of people not right where your club normally meets. Yeah. Other ideas or things that you're working on, thinking about?
This is Lillian from East Honolulu.
Yeah, Lillian.
Hi. My goal is to expand our club member 100% from 30 to 60. So my goal is to encourage every member to bring one new member in. And as a president of the club, I already have one member that completed the application. I just need a board approval for her to join. And maybe when you come in September, can do the ceremony for us.
Absolutely. Great. Ambitious goals. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lillian. Anybody else?
Hello, Ted. Rick Nava here.
Yeah, Rick.
Hi. We're hoping to install a new member when you're here this Saturday, but I'm told that he might have to work. So we'll see how that goes. But one of the things that we're working on this year is to definitely have social gathering whereby our member will have to try to bring in a guest, as well as some of our community service to bring a guest to work with them. So we're trying to do a couple to always be at some of the social services, community services that we are working on. It's kind of like a stretch right now with some of our members, trying to get them involved with the membership, but at least we do have a goal of increasing our membership to +8 this year. So hopefully with the installation this Saturday, we'll need 7 more and we'll be fine. At least that's our goal. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Rick. That's great. Other ideas, comments, questions on membership actions, expanding our reach? Frank, did you have something?
Actually giving you the address yet. You want to tell me how you know where Anna lives?
Frank, you might want to mute it if you're on a different conversation. I just want to circle back for a moment to Rob's comment about potentially a satellite club. So reaching out to Waikoloa Village from where they normally meet in North Hawaii or in Waimea. This is another way to expand your club and serve a different group of people that your club may not already be serving. And that references back to Gautam's point about thinking about our members as customers. So a satellite club is a way that if we find 8 people who maybe don't want to join our traditional club for some reason, maybe they can't meet at the day and time that we meet. Maybe they want to be more project focused than our club is. Maybe they don't want to do a lot of meetings, but they want to do a lot of projects, or maybe there's a group of people that want to focus on a particular cause, and they aren't that interested in traditional Rotary, but they have a passion around human trafficking, or a passion around the environment, or a passion around veterans in the military. That's an opportunity for us then in our clubs to sponsor a satellite club. The members of that satellite club are members of your club as the parent club. So it adds to your membership, but it enables this group of people to do Rotary the way they want to do Rotary. And so it's opening up new flexibility, new model to add people to your club roster. The satellite club does have a chairperson, a vice chair, and a secretary. They operate pretty much independently. They decide when and where they want to meet, what projects they want to do, but hopefully they collaborate with the parent club. Al has recently had experience with this on Maui, and the chair of the satellite club, I understand, is also a member of the board of the parent club. Al, could I ask you maybe to chime in and share your observations and wisdom around satellite clubs?
This is an opportunity to try some different models, and our club is a traditional club that meets at noon. The satellite club is a group of folks who wanted to be a Pauhana club, while not having to take on all the administrative responsibilities of running the club. So we essentially created a different branch of our club, and we're trying to do things so that the membership applications are the same. Everybody is considered part of the same club, but just with different branches to appeal to different people in the community.
Does the satellite club pay the full dues?
They're full members,
Yeah.
members of the club, same due structure. So
Is, I'm thinking of trying this with some younger people. And is it possible to have we were thinking about doing a lower fee structure for under 30. So is it possible for the satellite club to have, the chair would pay the same as the main, but some of the younger members, is it possible to have reduced dues for them if we so desire?
Yes, it is. They do have to pay Rotary International dues and district dues.
Correct, yes.
The parent club could even choose to help subsidize that if you want to.
Okay.
But
we would
it's
definitely pay for
entirely
them.
up to you and them
Okay.
whether they needed to pay your club dues. That would be between you and them.
Okay, great. Thanks, Ted.
Yeah.
Ted, I'll
Again,
speak
that's a
about
great
us.
idea. Thank you.
I'll speak about the satellite club because, we, as our club, they started with 10 people, and they have the extra money that they would have paid our dues to our club. We're giving it to them for what they would need, because they're going to need seed money for the projects and for advertising and for whatever they want. And they're really an active club. We've been going to their meetings, so it's quite good.
Good.
I think it's very exciting, a lot of energy, and we're working together on some projects, which is very good. I mean,
That's
we
great.
plan on doing a peace poll, and as far as publicity, we're going to try and do that together and things like that. So
yeah. Super,
let you know in
thanks.
a year how it's working.
Yeah. I've seen Chelsea's had her hand up for a little
Oh.
while. Chelsea?
I was just gonna say that we just started, well, we've got our, we're inducting our military satellite club in August, I believe it is. We actually have created over the last, Connie Chinose led the drive to do this, and after The Wall That Heals and Hilo and me being a veteran and wanting to focus on military stuff this year, Connie was inspired to create the military satellite club. And it's going to be based in Pahoa on the Big Island, but we're inducting all of those members in August. I believe we have 9 that we're inducting just for that satellite club alone.
Super.
Yeah, our club is exploring a military satellite club on Oahu. Alan Kamimoto is trying to do some research to see if we can't get one here.
Great. And Kara, I see your hand up.
Yes, and I had a note here to ask, is Satellite Club the same thing as Reach? Because my daughter, when she gets inducted, she's going to start a young professional satellite club. Spoke to me about $100 per member. I guess that's the 2 fees combined. They want to do environmental causes and they want to meet outdoors on Saturday. So I didn't realize that was actually under membership, but I had that as Reach to share. But anyway, she's working on that now.
Super. Yeah, lots of great ideas. And we already have some pockets of success with this on the Big Island and on Maui. Other questions or comments with regard to satellite clubs as another way for us to grow our clubs and grow Rotary? If it's not something you've talked about in your club yet, I'd encourage you to have a conversation with your assistant governor, have a conversation with your board members, maybe do some brainstorming of, is that something that might make sense for your club to try to reach a new group of people in your community who maybe wouldn't join your club otherwise. Okay. We have about 15 minutes left in our allotted time. We've already had some good ideas and discussion, but I did want to leave some open time for things that are on your mind. You've all officially been this year's president for 2 weeks now, so hopefully it's going well so far. But are there questions that you've run into or challenges that you just like to ask others in the group?
I have a question about awards.
Yeah,
Not just last year's awards, but are we going to get criteria for this year's awards soon?
Yeah, and I sorry, I hoped to have that to you by now, and we're a little delayed, but we're meeting about that in the coming week, so you should have it within a week or 2.
Thanks.
District Governor Ted, Rick here.
Yeah.
We did not attend PETS. Do you know if we have the banner for the Magic of Rotary?
Well, I have an extra one, Rick. If you didn't get one, I could bring it with me to give it to you on Saturday.
That would be very helpful. And the pins, I guess we'll just have to purchase that ourselves.
Yeah, you can still purchase pins at Russell Hampton, bestclubsupplies.com.
Okay. Thank
But
you.
I happen to have an extra banner, so I'd be willing to bring that to you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Ted.
Yeah. Other questions? Any problems you've run into so far? Things you're wondering about? Well, you guys really are all experts already.
Right.
Can't ask questions if you don't know what to ask yet. So I'm just still taking it all in.
The questions and the problems haven't happened yet, huh?
The only
The
problem,
problems have probably happened. We just don't know the problems yet. So we're still
Yeah, we
figuring
found
it
out,
out.
we found out that the meeting place we thought we were going to move to doesn't serve liquor. How can you be a Pauhana club without being able to buy a friend a beer?
really,
Just doesn't happen. So if anybody has any ideas for a meeting place for Pauhana, 5:30 on a Wednesday, I'm open to all suggestions and willing to do cold calls.
BYOB.
That doesn't work. We tried that. Caroline shells out money, and Caroline has finite amount of money.
Tell them it's a Rotary Fellowship whiskey and wine.
Well, it looks like on the 27th of September, you have two opportunities for booze. We have a wine tasting at Pauhana, the Downtown Arts Center, and Marianne's got her September membership mixer. So if you're in Honolulu, you can have some booze. If
Let's
that's
say
your goal.
a Wahoo Rotary pub crawl for the day.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
We
Rent,
did
like
that
one of the
one
Waikiki
for,
trolleys and go around.
we did that one year for Easter. We called it the Bunny Hop and got help from 9 bars in Chinatown. It was quite the party. Never did see some people, but anyway, it was good fun.
Heather, did you have something?
yes, I do. As you know, I am a long way away. I'm in Okinawa. I have not been able to receive the proper document that I can sign for the scholarship, the $200 that we have to send in, for our scholarship contribution. And
I can
I'm
send that to
wondering,
you, Heather. I can send that to you.
okay, I need it so I can sign it.
Yeah, I'll send that to you so you can sign it.
All right, thank you very much.
Great, good to make that connection. Vern.
Yeah, Ted, just as I'm getting into the second year here, we're still struggling on fundraiser for a small club or medium club, and maybe a future one of these forums, maybe talk a little bit more about fundraising and how to get it off the ground again. We're struggling here, trying to get a dinner cruise for West Hawaii. I'm going to try to get that set up, hopefully with a reasonable cost, because right now everything is just so expensive. Right. So I'd like to have that discussion in the future if possible.
Okay, yeah, we can tee that up. Other questions, suggestions for our next meeting a month from now?
Maybe discuss rhinos. On paper, we're 16. Who shows up at the meeting and at community service? And then who doesn't show up, but they send in their money, which is lovely. But why did you join Rotary if you're only giving money?
Yeah, so maybe we can.
Everybody's talking about more members. I just want my members to be a little more active.
Yeah, let's next time maybe spend some time talking about engagement, because that is one of our 3 Rotary Action Plan categories. And maybe we can share some ideas and actions with each other around engagement. Because I think I've shared with you all before, in Rotary Worldwide, we do bring in 150,000 new members every year. That's great news. The bad news is we lose 150,000 members every year. So if we just kept that 150,000, we'd be up 300,000. So that's something we all have to think about and work on. How do we keep the members we have and make sure that we've engaged everybody in the way that they want to be engaged and that they feel value from that engagement. Okay, any other topics you want to bring up for today?
I would, on that last comment, we used to have members that they were happy being check writers, they were paying more than dues, they were also donating money, but they didn't want to participate, but they were happy to come to a lunch once in a while and write a check. So,
right.
I mean, if you can find those guys, it's
yeah, and some people, they're satisfied with that, and that's valuable to them. Benson, anything you want to highlight in terms of our learning calendar for the rest of the month?
Yeah, I do want to just sort of dovetail on what you said about gaining 150,000 and then losing 150,000. So in September, it's not on the calendar yet, but I'll probably do it while I'm over in at Zone. But we wanted to do a session on club experience. We covered it kind of briefly at the membership session that we had on Saturday, but we wanted to get into more depth about it because club experience is why people connect and stay with Rotary. So it is basically the back half of membership. So my personal feeling is you can't really do membership unless you also do club experience at the same time, because if what Ted said is true, all the members that we bring in, they'll all leave at the end of the year unless we give them a reason to stay, and that's what club experience is about. So we'll not only cover that, but how to build infrastructure in your clubs to support your club and to support your leadership line. All of you should have got an email from me just a couple of hours ago talking about an introductory leadership workshop that we're going to start in August. Now, unfortunately, when we put it out there, we just chose the second Thursday and happens to be August 8th, which is not a good day for Maui people or anybody actually in the state. So we'll make some adjustments there, but this year in our training, we're going to focus a lot on club experience, on club infrastructure, on how to work club experience into your Rotary action plan. One of the wonderful things that Ted did is appointed me the action plan champion. So I'm a champion at something now. And so we are going to focus on that everywhere throughout our district. And hopefully, if we do that, at the end of the year, we'll be able to see those results. So thanks, Ted.
Thank you, Benson. If I think we've covered all the things I hope to this evening. Hopefully we've covered your burning questions. So I'm going to give you back 5 minutes of your time today. We'll meet again next month, third Monday evening of the month at 5:30 p.m. In the meantime, if you do have questions, problems, your assistant governors are ready, willing, and able to help. So please reach out to them or reach out to me as well. We're all here to help support you and help support your clubs. Please encourage your members to come to when we do have youth service committee and membership committee. Make sure your youth service chair, your membership chair are aware of those things on the district calendar, because that's a way for them to get engaged and to get support from our district committees as well. So with that, thank you all very much. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. And I'll hope to see you soon in person too. Take care. Good night.
Bye, y'all. So long. Thank you.